Well, the votes are in, and the GOP presidential race is still pretty much a jumble. At 6:12 right now.
Yeah, sorry. North Central College political science professor and the CBS 2 political analyst, we like to say, Stephen Caliendo is here. Now, the results yesterday show that Mitt Romney is still having a very hard time connecting to the most conservative wing of his party.
Right, having a hard time generating excitement, not having a hard time raising money. That's one thing that's kept him alive. Certainly, he outspent everybody in Ohio, but squeaked out a very narrow victory. If he wasn't able to spend that much, he might have trouble. Not connecting with the folks that are further to the right, that's for sure.
Right. And talk about this excitement factor. It sounds like really none of these candidates is generating a lot of excitement.
Not so much. I mean, I would say Ron Paul is the one that gets the most excitement. I mean, if you sort of look at his events, he may not have quite as many people all the time, but they're really fervent supporters. But he has no chance of getting the nomination. He's not going to get enough delegates. And so it's tough to energize folks with a guy who doesn't really connect with anybody like Mitt Romney.
You know, the so-called experts say that, yes, Santorum is racking up some wins, but they still expect Mitt Romney to be the nominee of the party. Is it possible that Rick Santorum could win the nomination?
It's possible, but I think it's increasingly unlikely if Newt Gingrich stays in the race, right? I mean, if you think about the folks that are voting for those two, they're different than the folks that are voting for Romney. I think if Santorum can figure out a way to get Newt Gingrich out of the race, I don't think he can do it. That would make a big difference. The only thing that would happen is if Gingrich runs out of money.
Talk about how Illinois is going to factor into all of this.
I'm not so sure. It's really interesting. You know, usually the common wisdom is states that go later in the process don't matter that much because by the time we get to early March, the whole thing's done. But it's not the case now. And we have some even bigger delegate-rich states coming up even later than that. Texas, California, sort of coming later in the season. They might matter.
Sarah Palin said something pretty interesting last night.
Yeah, she's still leaving the door open that she might be available. She was saying that she'll be at the convention. She'll be in Tampa. If anybody needs her, she can be called. So she wouldn't say who she voted for. I think, you know, she's good at generating attention, that's for sure. But we've talked about this, that there's a possibility of a knight in shining armor candidate coming later on. I don't know if it will be her, but it's possible.
Who might that be beside her?
Peyton Manning needs a job.
There you go. He might get the nomination, too.
Thank you, Stephen.
Stephen Caliendo, always good to see you.